everyone! So gone are the days when MAC was the only brush option that was out there and you had to spend a fortune on brushes that, in all honesty, weren't that amazing. Some of them weren't anyway. But I was sent some brushes and a couple of makeup items by a company called ZOEVA, and they are a German based company, I believe, and they do some really fantastic brushes. Now obviously there are other brushes on the market that are really great. You know I love the Real Techniques brushes, Sigma brushes, but the only thing with Sigma is you pay a fortune for the shipping from the US, and then Sedona Lace do some fantastic ones as well. So you have got kind of in between ones, but these are really reasonably priced, and I wanted to make a video about them to just kind of share them with you because it wasn't a company that I was aware of before, and I presumed that would mean that you weren't necessarily aware of it too, so I thought I'd share some of these fantastic finds with you. But the first brush that I want to talk to you about is this little concealer brush, and this is what the brush looks like. I'm not sure how well the camera's going to pick up on it, but this is just the ZOEVA 142 Concealer Buffer, and as you can see, this is what the brush looks like. It's just kind of like a nice little domed, very dense concealer brush, and what I use this for is to just buff my concealer in. So I use it to buff concealer in under eyes, and if I ever use concealer on my face, which I don't really, purely because I've never found one that I particularly like for my face, I'll kind of buff it in little circular motions, but it works really well under the eyes. It's very dense, it's very soft, and it's synthetic as well, which is really great because I love synthetic brushes. I just think they perform much better. But the packaging of their brushes is really lovely as well. They come in these kind of little waterproof sort of travel cases, which are really fantastic. I didn't bring mine to show you because I forgot, but they are really lovely, and they're very easy to carry around if you want to. The packaging as well, in terms of kind of the brush handle, you can only see it in setting lights, but the brush handle is kind of like a pale black, and it's got little glitter particles in it, which is really nice. And then it kind of has the name of the brush, which is amazing because you can kind of just tell people, and then ZOEVA here, and then it'll tell you their kind of logo here, which is Colour Love Makeup. But really like this one, it's lovely. And then another eye brush that I got sent is the 227 Soft Definer, and this is just a fluffy blending brush. This is their equivalent of the MAC 217, and it's very similar, and I went through a phase of having about 3 or 4 MAC 217s on the go and using them all the time, and I really liked them. But that was like about 4 years ago, before I'd even started YouTube, and I used it a lot, really liked it. But since then I've kind of just moved on to other things, and I've never repurchased them. I don't even know what happened to the kind of 3 or 4 that I had. This is a very good dupe, fraction of the price, really reasonably priced. I'm going to put all the information and the prices and links to where you can get these as well down below, so you can go and have a look. But I think this is around €5 or €6, so really reasonably priced. The only thing is that I don't love the fact that it's white, just because I feel like they get kind of messy looking, but it's a really good shape. It's really kind of good for kind of your crease work to just blend things out, works beautifully, and again, same packaging, love the packaging. And then another brush, and this is the last brush I've got. This is the Grand Stippling brush. Apologies that all these brushes are dirty. I used them this morning, but I have washed them all because that's something that I like to kind of test out as well when I'm reviewing a brush. But this is the 124 Grand Stippling brush, which looks like this. And this is not particularly dense, but it's rounded at the tips. I'm not sure how well you can see. The camera's stationed a little far away from me right now. I kind of didn't think this through. But it's curved at the end, and it's kind of got the paler bristles, so kind of like a dew fibre brush, but it's rounded, so you can kind of use it to kind of stroke the product in, you can use it to stipple it in, you can use it to buff it in. It's not the best for buffing because it's not dense enough for my liking. It's very heavy, it's really nice quality. You can tell that they're really well made, and they wash really well, which, as I said, is something that I always check. They do take a little bit longer to dry than, say, the Real Techniques brushes, but to be honest, every brush I've ever tried takes longer to dry than the Real Techniques brushes. I don't know what they've done with the Real Technique brushes, but they dry super quick. This dries, you know, like a normal brush, but washes clean. The dye doesn't leak, and it works really well. Again, I'm not a massive fan of the kind of white tips, just because they get dirty and it looks a bit unsightly, but really nice and not very expensive either. And then the makeup items that I've got here by them are really interesting as well. My favourite is the Shadow Fix, and this is their matte longwear Shadow Fix. And this is just basically an eyeshadow primer, or an eyeshadow base if you will. This is what the little packaging looks like, and I've got it in the matte one. And it's just a kind of nudie flesh colour. I'll squeeze a little bit out here so you can see. I'm not sure if the camera will pick up on that, but it's just a kind of nudie flesh colour. And the only thing I wish about this was that it was more concealing, because my eyelids are really weird. I've got a really weird kind of discolouring thing going on. They're kind of just a little bit darker, and they always look much better if I apply some concealer or something on them. It just brightens them up. I wish this was a little bit more brightening, but it's a silicone based eye primer. Your eyeshadow won't crease at all. I've got very oily eyelids, so most things crease on me, and it's come at a great time because my usual go-to MAC paint pots have just started creasing on me for some reason. I don't know what it is. I think it's because it's gotten a bit more humid or something, I don't know. But I really do like this, and again, it's not very expensive. And then the other thing, I'm wearing this kind of under my eyeshadow now as well. Then the other thing is the Cat Eye pen in Blackest Black, and this is a liquid liner that I wanted to try because I know that it's something that a lot of people struggle with and that a lot of people are really interested in. I'm not the biggest fan of liquid liner on me. I love it on other people, it looks amazing, but on me I just feel like it doesn't really suit my face shape, doesn't really suit my eye shape. I don't love kind of the harshness of the black on my eyes, and I just feel like it just doesn't, you know when you put something on and it just doesn't look right on your face? That's how I feel about black eyeliner on me. But for those of you who do like it, it's got a really, really long, sharp, pointy nib, really precise. I'll draw a little line for you right here, so you can just see. It's very black. You can make the line kind of very thin or very thick. I've got it kind of on the outer corners of my eye today just to show you. I've been using this a lot, and a couple of people have commented in a video saying that they really, really liked it. This is what I've been using. I do really think it's great. I kind of wish that maybe it was a little bit blacker, because I feel like you have to kind of go over it a couple of times. It's not the blackest eyeliner I've ever used, but it's very easy to use. It's kind of one of those felt tip ones, but it's thin, which I really like, because I feel like felt tip ones tend to always be quite chunky. So I really like that. And then last but not least is this eye pencil, and this is in Graphic Eyes Nude Reflection. And I've been keeping the packaging just to show you, but very, very similar to MAC packaging, I think, which is nice. And this is just a nude pencil. It's kind of more of a taupey nude, I would say. This is what the colour looks like. I will swatch it, but I doubt it'll show up. Oh, it does show up actually. It's more kind of like a shadow stick colour in my opinion, because it's not super brightening. I've used it kind of on my waterline today, and it's a little bit dark for that. It would look good if you kind of put it all over your eye. It's waterproof, which is really fantastic, so it doesn't smudge. You can kind of put it on your lash line and then blend it in for a nice subtle thing. Really nice for summer, because I think that kind of non-eyeshadowy but glossy lids looks really nice when it's warm, and it lasts really well. The packaging is really nice as well. It feels really expensive. All the packaging of their things feels really expensive, and the shipping was amazing as well. It came really, really quickly. And I'm not sure what the shipping fees are. I'm going to put it all in the down bar. I'm going to put links to where you can get everything in the down bar as well, and I'm going to kind of put the prices on everything as well in the video. I think I'll do that when I've kind of lifted the item up. I'll tell you how much it costs. It's in euros, but obviously you can translate that into pounds. I'm not sure exactly what the exchange rate is at the moment, but you can see really pigmented. They don't smudge either. If you can kind of rub them, nothing moves. They're really, really long lasting, which I do really like. And honestly, out of all of these items, if I had to pick my favourite, it would be the concealer buffing brush, but I don't dislike any of them. I really like all of them. I've been using them non-stop since I've had them, and the concealer buffing brush is just fantastic. I love it. But that's it for this video. Definitely go and check out their website if you're on the market for some cheap brushes but that are fantastic quality. And if you've ordered some stuff or tried anything else from them that you really like, definitely let me know as well, because I'd be really interested to see what other star buys other people have had. Or if you live in Germany, are they kind of quite readily available? Can you only buy them online? I'm not sure, but I know that in the UK you can only buy them online at the moment anyway. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.